All right. Hey, everybody. Brian Chandler at Colorblind Games. Thanks for the opportunity to give a quick kind of update on a game I've been playing this month. Yeah, long time no see. Sorry I can't be there in person this week. We'll try to jump in later this year. I'm hoping to get to one of these live. I've gotten to play Knitting Circle. This is a review copy from Flat Out Games, designed by Emily Vincent. With art by Beth Sobel. I'm actually going to give you like a kind of a preview of my draft article. I'm actually doing a review article for this for the website. So let me give you a just quick overview of that. So you can see the, of course, beautiful Beth Sobel art. This is a Calico game. It's in the Calico universe. I'm finding it not as crunchy or like hard, frankly, as Calico. In that way, it's probably more in like the in-between, like Verdant to me. And if you've played that, is kind of between Calico and Cascadia, which is probably the breeziest of the, to me at least, the Flat Out Games tiling puzzle stuff. So just a quick, I'm going to hit some of these images just to kind of remind myself of some things and talk about the game a little bit. I primarily played solo. This is, I set up a 2-player game to learn it first. You got player boards at the bottom. You're literally knitting stuff. So you got scarves and long johns and hats and mittens. Super cute, cool little theme. It uses, you can see in the top right, a rondelle mechanism to choose the tiles. It's going to come back later because that's pretty important to make solo a little bit better. And you're grabbing your stuff. It's Flat Out Games. You've got extra buttons where you do things. You've got a little grabby paw that lets you break the rules, right? Go get whatever a piece of yarn that you want. These are the different things that you can build. These are all the different components. On the accessibility side, fantastic. They did a really, really nice job on color vision accessibility, as they typically do. If you've played Calico, you're going to recognize these colors. You're also going to recognize the double coding. So they're using these little images. These are the buttons from Calico, right? The little moon and the whatever stars and leaves and things like that. One cool thing they did too, the light blue is a little drop. The green is a leaf. And so you've got this, they're not just random images, right? Some of them actually, the icons are connected to the color, which is just handy for folks like me who are trying to make those connections. The other thing they did that was fantastic was the cats are both 4 different colors. This is a very rare case where the image actually makes the 2 on the right look closer together than they do in person. I think this is like a light blue maybe. But because they did different shapes, if you remember Isle of Cats does this as well, then even if you are one of these 2 players, you can see it's pretty easy to tell who your piece is as these 4 are going around the rondelle. The one little thing that I ran into in is the board itself is hard. I found it hard to read the stuff at the bottom. The font's really small. It's a light line weight. The contrast isn't very good. And it's got that, I don't know what you call this, but the style of the board itself makes it hard to read too. So I just found that just the texture of the board made that a little bit annoying. So it's not anything you need. This is just a player aid. All this information is in the book, the rule book itself. And after playing the game like once or twice, the rules are pretty simple. So I didn't feel like I really needed that anyway. The other thing I just wanted to mention briefly is solo. One thing that's cool about solo is if you've played Cascadia or Calico or Verdant solo, you'll know that every single turn you've got to do this conveyor belt thing where you drop off the last piece that's not available to you and you bring in the other tiles to choose from. The thing about Knitting Circle that's cool is you only do that after every round. So you can see you're choosing these tiles around the rondelle here. And there's only 6 rounds. So at the end of each round, you're then resetting the rondelle to then choose your tiles next time. It's kind of like, give me a second. Oh my gosh. I'm going to make myself think of this game. It's the one where you're making a quilt and you're doing the things by Rosenberg, and it's annoying me that I can't think of the name, but we will move on. You can yell it at the screen to me and type it in the chat 15 times. That would make me feel great. But because you only have to reset the rondelle 5 times, it actually ends up being way smoother than when you have to do that conveyor belt thing every single turn. And so I really like it. Probably, frankly, so far my favorite solo uh, game in the flat out world, I would say. Cascadia probably a close second. But I've only played it a few times. I think it might be a little bit easy in solo. It is just a beat your score. So there's not that kind of automa or anything kind of really getting against you. It's just the other cat is taking the tiles that you might want. But still fantastic nonetheless. I did notice it's like $29 on Kickstarter. Obviously you have to pay shipping, but to me, well worth that price to consider it. And that is Knitting Circle by Flat Out Games. Once again, I'm Brian Chandler at colorblindgames.com. And you can find me in the Tabletop Express Discord. Thanks.